Hello everyone, good morning, welcome to the session. I hope you all are doing well on a Sunday morning. Alright, let's wait for about 2 or 3 minutes, let everyone join in and then we proceed, alright? Let's wait for 2 or 3 minutes, let people join in. Let's wait for about 2 minutes more and then we start off. Hello, good morning. Hi, how are you? CA student ki duniya. That's an interesting name. What's your name? How are you doing? We're waiting for about 2 more minutes for everyone to join, then we'll start off. Alright? Hi Ajit, how are you? Welcome to the session. When is your attempt? कब attempt कर रहे हैं आप? Okay, about 30 seconds more and then we start off. Alright, how's your preparation coming along Ajit? कैसी चल रही है पढ़ाई? Good? चलिए, I'd like to welcome you to Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform that gives you a world of courses, resources, content, live and recorded sessions to help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations. Alright, so welcome to the session. Also, I'd like to welcome you to crack CA exams with us, which is a vertical and channel of Unacademy that caters to the students of CA Foundation and Intermediate in their journey and pursuit of preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations by providing top educators, quality content, and overall a great learning experience. So come, let's crack CA exams with Unacademy, India's largest online learning platform. Welcome to the session once again. Before we proceed, a brief introduction about the Educator today. Hello, I'm Prathik Gupta. I am a Bachelor of Commerce from Christ College, Bangalore University. I am an associate member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I am an associate member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India and an associate member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and also a law graduate from Karnataka State Law University. I am currently a practicing chartered accountant and also a visiting faculty for CA subjects and an educator for CA students, both offline and online. Prior to starting on my own, I worked with SR Buckley Boy & Associates, that is the Indian member firm of Ernst & Young Global, in the Audit and Assurance Department. Then I went on to work with Ernst & Young India, EY India, in the Mergers and Acquisitions Department. Then I went on to work with the Manipal Group in Bangalore as the corporate controller of their Indian entity as well as the German subsidiary located in Frankfurt, Germany. And it was only after I got back from Frankfurt, Germany that I decided to start something on my own. And that gave me an opportunity to become an educator, which in turn has given me this opportunity today to take this session for you young, fine and bright CA aspirants. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I hope you find the session useful. Anytime during the session, if you have any questions, queries, observations or doubts, please feel free to drop in a line and I will be happy to take up the matter for discussion or for problem solving as the case may be as soon as possible. Okay, before we proceed, I'd also like to draw your attention to my name, which is Prathik. Okay, why I'm stressing out on the spelling is because a lot of people miss out the H in my name, because of which they are unable to find my sessions on YouTube as well as the Unacademy Learning app in the form of special classes. So it is Prathik Gupta. So you can look me up on YouTube as well as the Unacademy Learning app using my name, and you will find the hundreds of hours of sessions that I've taken on both the platforms, that is YouTube as well as the Unacademy Learning app, which will help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations. All right, clear so far? Okay, let's proceed. Now, like I told you, Unacademy caters to you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examination to 3 platforms, that is YouTube, Special Class and the premium platform of Unacademy, that is the Plus platform. So let's talk about each. YouTube and Special Classes are absolutely free of cost, but they provide you immense amount of value and resources to help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations. YouTube session is what you're watching right now. Just go to YouTube and type in Prathik Gupta, Prathik and you will see all my sessions there on YouTube. Okay, and special classes are conducted on the Unacademy Learning app. So, and those are also absolutely free of cost, but they have immense amount of resources which help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations. I will be taking a lot of classes today on the Unacademy Learning app on various important topics, which I will tell you as we move further. The Plus course, let's talk about the Plus course. The Plus course of Unacademy is the premium platform of Unacademy that is also a payment-based subscription model, which has various subscription packages for the various examinations, more about which I will tell you in the following slides. In this slide, I will talk to you about why I recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy as soon as possible in order to accelerate and enhance your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations. Okay, firstly, the Plus platform, the first reason why I recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy is because of the daily live classes the Plus platform conducts, where you get to chat with your educator, engage in discussions, ask your doubts and answer polls. All this while the class is going on. Yes, you heard it right. All this while the class is going on. You do not need to wait for the end of the class. You do not need to wait for a couple of hours after the class. You do not need to wait for a couple of days after the class or the weekend after the class. Or you do not even need to wait to fix up an appointment with your educator. You can do it then and there on a real-time basis. That is, clear your doubts and have discussions with your educator as and when the class is going on. Okay, it's as simple as you lifting your hand up in a live classroom, and your educator will be happy to take up your questions for discussion or for problem solving. The second reason why I recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy is because of the live tests and quizzes it conducts regularly and periodically for your benefit, which help to evaluate your preparation, and also the mock tests and quizzes to get a detailed analysis of your performance. So you might wonder why this evaluation and analysis of performance is required. So let me tell you. Hi Ashutosh, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome. Okay, so let me tell you that when you're preparing for a professional examination, it becomes very important for you to take a stock of your preparation from time to time so that you know your level of preparation, which area you have well prepared, which areas you require more preparation, and which areas you might require external help. So basically, the Plus platform of Unacademy helps to break down your preparation into three areas: your strong areas, your not so strong areas, and your weak areas. And it helps you so that whatever limited preparation time you have, you can use that accordingly on these three areas. So until a time when your weak areas and your not so strong areas eventually become your strong areas. Thereby, the Plus platform of Unacademy ensures minimum wastage of your valuable time and maximum utilization of your precious preparation time. The third reason why I recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy is because of the structured courses, as all the courses are structured in line with your exam syllabus to help you best prepare for it, which simply means all the Plus courses on the Plus platform of Unacademy are prepared keeping in mind your exam syllabus, so that once you complete a Plus course on the Plus platform, you can rest assured that you've completed the syllabus of your examination without missing out on any important or major point. And lastly and most importantly, why I recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy is because of the unlimited access it provides. As one subscription gets you access to all our live and recorded courses to watch from the comfort of any of your devices, which simply means that the one subscription to your Plus platform will give you unlimited access to all the live and recorded special classes, all the live and recorded Plus courses that Unacademy has to offer to you to help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. Okay, and all these sessions, that is your live and recorded Plus courses, live and recorded special classes, you can view it from the comfort of any of your devices. That means you can view it from your mobile phone, laptop, tablet, or desktop, as the case may be, without any restrictions. And also you can view them without any timing restrictions like 10 to 4, 10 to 5, 10 to 6. There is no restrictions whatsoever. All these sessions and resources are available to you 24/7. So whenever you want to study, all you need to do is just pull out your mobile phone, log into the Unacademy Learning app, and start your preparations. And hold on, there is an additional feature. All these sessions are available, all these resources and sessions are available to you at any location. You can view them in your house, when you are in college, when you are at work, or when you're traveling from home to college or office, or from college office to home, or you're waiting for someone for a meeting, or you're in your native place, or you're on a vacation and you want to study. You don't need to worry at all. All you need to do is just simply pull out your mobile phones, log into the Unacademy Learning app, and start your preparations without any restrictions. All you require is a good internet connection or data plan, which all of us are blessed with today. Okay, so keeping all these advantages in mind, as we discussed now, I strongly recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy as soon as possible in order to enhance and accelerate your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. Please take about 30 seconds, go through the slide. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions you have, please ask me about the Plus course. Okay, now let's talk about the Unacademy Learning app. Now in the previous slide we constantly spoke about live and recorded Plus courses, live and recorded special classes. So where can you find them? So the live and recorded Plus courses, live and recorded special classes can all be found on the Unacademy Learning app. Okay, so for all of you who have downloaded the Unacademy Learning app and are using it, I thank you very much, and I request your support in the future as well. For those of you who have not yet downloaded the Unacademy Learning app, I request you to go to the Play Store on your mobile phone, download the Unacademy Learning app, install it on your phone, put in your mobile number where you will get an OTP. Using that OTP, please register on the Unacademy Learning app. It is as simple as this, with no lengthy or complicated procedure. The procedure is absolutely simple. Okay. Now you might ask me, okay, I have downloaded the Unacademy Learning app, I've installed it, I've registered on it using my mobile number and OTP, so what next? So please remember, the Unacademy Learning app gives you access to all the live and recorded special classes that Unacademy has to offer to you to help you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examination. And it also gives you unlimited access to all the live and recorded Plus courses that Unacademy has to offer to you in order to accelerate and enhance your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examination. So I request all of you who have not yet downloaded the Unacademy Learning app to download the Unacademy Learning app as soon as possible and make use of all the available resources on that. And not only this, I also request you to spread the word around to help the people around you get onto the Unacademy Learning app, bring them on the Unacademy Learning app, help them download it, install it on their phones, help them register on it using their mobile number and OTP so that they too can make use of the invaluable resources that Unacademy has to offer to you in your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations. Alright, please take about 30 seconds, go through this and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask me. Are we done? Okay, now let's come to this important slide which talks about the Plus platform of Unacademy. Like I told you, the Plus platform of Unacademy is a premium platform of Unacademy and also a payment-based subscription model which has various subscription packages for the examinations. So accordingly, the CA Foundation and Intermediate subscription packages provided by the Plus platform of Unacademy are as follows. The packages provided are for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months and 24 months. The 1 month package costs you rupees 3,500. The 3 months package costs you rupees 8,750. The 6 months package costs you rupees 14,000. The 12 months package costs you rupees 17,500. And the 24 months package costs you rupees 21,000 rupees. Now please remember, all these are the listed price of the packages. But before you make the payment for the package of your choice, please do not forget to use the code Prathik to get an instant discount of 10% on the above listed price. I repeat, please do not forget to use the code Prathik, that's my name, Prathik, to get an instant discount of 10% on the above listed price. So the after discount price of the various packages are as follows. The 1 month package will cost you rupees 3,150. The 3 months package will cost you rupees 7,875. The 6 months package will cost you rupees 12,600. The 12 months package will cost you rupees 15,750. And the 24 months package will cost you rupees 18,900. So you see immediately you've got a savings or discount of 10% when you've used my code Prathik. Okay, now I personally recommend you to start off with the 12 months or 24 months package for the following 2 reasons. Firstly, it's cost effective. If you compare the 1 month package cost with the per month cost of the 12 months and 24 months package, you will see that there is great savings almost immediately. And secondly, since the CA Foundation and Intermediate courses are provided to you in one package, that is 12 months or 24 months, a 24 months or 12 months package will be very useful to you because it covers the entire duration of both these courses, that is your CA Foundation and the CA Intermediate, as it normally takes a minimum of about 12 months for you to prepare and clear the CA Foundation and the Intermediate examination. So if you're getting a package that is 12 months or 24 months package that covers the entire duration of your courses, CA Foundation and CA Intermediate, at a very cost effective price, I think that is a very good deal. Okay, but having said this, you're free to choose the package of your choice. But before you make the payment, please do not forget to use the code Prathik to get an instant discount of 10% on the above listed price. Okay, you can also make use of the no cost EMI option available on 6 months, 12 months and 24 months packages, just in case you do not wish to make the entire payment at one shot. The payment options available to you are internet banking, debit card and credit card, and also all the coins that you've accumulated by watching the special classes can be redeemed while making the payment for the Plus course. So keeping these packages, these discounts and offers in mind, and also the advantages that I told you in the previous slide about the Plus platform, I strongly recommend and encourage you to become part of the Plus platform of Unacademy as soon as possible in order to accelerate and enhance your preparation for the CA Foundation and Intermediate examinations. Alright, all of you just take about 30 seconds to go through this slide. Any questions, please ask me and then we proceed. Okay? Please take about 30 seconds. Any questions, please ask. Are we done? Okay, now let's proceed. Now, like I told you, the Unacademy Learning app gives you access to all the live and recorded special classes that Unacademy has to offer to you. Here are the snapshots of few of the many special classes that I've conducted on the Unacademy Learning app that you can make use of in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. There are special classes on RTPs, the Sale of Goods Act, the Indian Contracts Act, the Companies Act, Fundamentals of Accounting, revision on partnership account, retirement of partner, death of partner, admission of partner, valuation of inventories, revision on final accounts of entities, revision on sale of goods or approval or return basis, and many more sessions that I'm sure you'll find useful in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. So please log on to the Unacademy Learning app, go to my profile, Prathik Gupta, Prathik, and start your preparation for the CA Foundation and the intermediate examinations. Please take 30 seconds, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Okay, are we done? Hello Ritika Vansal, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome to the session. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, now here are also the links to few of the many special classes that I have conducted on the Unacademy Learning app, which you can make use of. You can either copy and paste these links on your browser or click on these links to directly take you to the special class on the Unacademy Learning app, and you can start your preparations. There are special classes on the Indian Contracts Act, the Sale of Goods Act, the Indian Partnership Act, the LLP Act, the Companies Act, Basics of Communication, Accounting Concepts, and Revision Test Papers, among many other sessions that are there which are available for you to use in your preparation for the CA Foundation and intermediate examinations. Please take about 30 seconds, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask me. Okay, let's proceed. Now, this is the tentative schedule for the next few days. We are currently here, okay, and in YouTube, okay, where today we will be hopefully finishing off the revision test papers May 2020 discussions for CA Foundation, okay, and also I'm taking after this. Now, there is a little change in this. Today is the 13th, right? So, there are about 3 special classes of mine coming up on some interesting topics. That is the concept of caveat emptor at 1 p.m. Then the capacity to contract as per the Indian Contracts Act. Okay, that's at about 3 p.m. today. And then we have the essentials of a valid contract today. So we have about 3 special classes coming up on very interesting topics today. Alright, so the timings are next at 1 p.m., 3 p.m. and 4:45 p.m. So I request everyone to be there and make use of those sessions. Alright, and YouTube is as scheduled. Today we have this one, and now at the moment the timing has changed. Okay, it was at 11 a.m. Tomorrow the timing will be the same, 9 p.m. It will have revision test papers November 2019. Okay, now please remember all this was for the Jan attempt and the May attempt, May 21 attempt. So I request all of you to attend these sessions. Okay, please take about 30 seconds, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions? Okay, so let's proceed with this discussion on revision test papers May 2020 business laws part 3. Part 1 and 2 were done yesterday and day before yesterday. Today we will continue with part 3 and we will try and finish it as much as possible. Alright, so whatever we've done earlier, I will not do that, and the way I will do these sessions, this revision test papers, is read the question, explain the question to you, read the answer, explain the answer to you, and then give you about 2 or 3 minutes to go through it and ask me any questions that you may have. Alright, sounds good? Let's proceed. So we've done question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I think we stopped at question number 8 yesterday. Okay, so let's do we did question number 9 as well. Okay, so we stopped at question number 10. So let's proceed with question number 10. Okay, so let's start off today's sessions. Alright, the Sale of Goods Act 1930, question number 10. State briefly the essential elements of a contract of sale under the Sale of Goods Act 1930. Okay, so it's a general straightforward question. State the essential elements of a contract of sale under the Sale of Goods Act 1930. So let's look at the answer. Essentials of contract of sale. The following elements must coexist so as to constitute a contract of sale under the Sale of Goods Act 1930. So these are the mandatory requirements that should be there under the Sale of Goods Act 1930. Okay, first there must be 2 parties. So now who are those 2 parties? There must be a buyer and a seller, because if there is no buyer and seller, it cannot fall under Sale of Goods Act. Okay? Okay. Then, okay, so there must be at least 2 parties. So without 2 parties, please remember there cannot be a contract. A person cannot contract with himself. So 2 people have to be there, and in the case of Sale of Goods Act 1930, it has to be a buyer and a seller. The subject matter of the contract must necessarily be goods. Now please remember we are talking about Sale of Goods Act. So Sale of Goods Act, okay, so the subject matter of contract must necessarily be goods. As like the name says, Sale of Goods Act 1930. So whatever the contract happens between a buyer and seller, that has to be, the subject matter has to be goods. It cannot be for services or something like that, because services are not goods. Okay, so the subject matter of the contract under the Sale of Goods Act is always goods, and goods also movable goods, not immovable goods. Immovable goods are not covered by Sale of Goods Act. Okay, are we clear? Then third one, a price in money, not in kind, should be paid or promised. So always in a Sale of Goods Act there has to be money or something equivalent to money, but not in kind. You cannot exchange. A barter system is not allowed in a Sale of Goods Act. There has to be, if you're buying goods from someone or selling goods for someone, there has to be money transaction. Fourth, A transfer of property and goods from seller to buyer must take place. So, like we spoke about, that there are two parties to a contract under a Sale of Goods Act, the buyer and the seller. So, when the goods are sold from the seller to the buyer, the property in goods from the seller must go to the buyer. Now, what do you mean by a property in the goods? It simply means the ownership, the risks and rewards should be transferred from the seller to the buyer. Only then a sale is said to have take place, because if the seller retains the risk, rewards and other things of the goods, then it's not meant to be a sale. So the seller has to transfer the risk, rewards along with the goods. Next, a contract of sale must be absolute or conditional. Okay, so the contract for sale could be absolute or conditional. Absolute in the sense, I'm selling you 1,000 kgs of mangoes for 10,000 rupees. So once she gives you 10,000 rupees, you sell the mangoes to him. It's over. Simple. But conditional means when the buyer or the seller puts a condition that I will give you the mangoes only once your check clears into my bank account. Then the goods will be transferred to you. So that is a conditional contract of sale. That is also allowed. Then all other essential elements of a valid contract must be present in a contract of sale. So please remember, before the Sale of Goods Act 1930 came in, even all the sale and purchase of movable properties were governed by the Indian Contracts Act 1872. So all other essential elements of a valid contract, like valid offer and acceptance, free consent, valid lawful consideration, lawful object, not expressly provided as a void, all these capacity to contract, and all these things will apply to a contract of sale as well. All right, please take about 2 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Please take another 2 minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions, please ask. Take another minute and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Are we clear? Any questions? Okay, let's proceed to the next question. Okay, now question number 11: what is an implied warranty, and state the types of implied warranties. Okay, this is another important question, and from your exam point of view also it is important. All right. Okay, so answer: implied warranties. It is a warranty which the law implies into a contract of sale. In other words, it is the stipulation which has not been included in a contract of sale in express words, but the law presumes that the party have incorporated it into their contract. Uh, it will be interesting to know that implied warranties are read into every contract of sale unless they are expressly excluded by the express agreement between the parties. These may also be excluded by the course of dealings between parties or by usage of trade. The examination of sections 14 and 16 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 discloses the following implied warranties. Okay, so now basically what is implied warranties? Implied warranties simply means that these are not written down, but these are understood or assumed warranties into every contract of sale. So whether it is mentioned in the contract of sale or not, these warranties are implied there. So if a particular contract of sale wants to remove a particular implied warranty, it has to expressly mention that so and so implied warranty has to be removed. Okay, so that is what you mean by implied warranty. So this is examination of section 14 and 16. So the examination of sections 14 and 16 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 discloses the following implied warranties. First one, warranty as to undisturbed possession. Okay, that's the first implied warranty. So any contract of sale, this is an understood and assumed warranty. An implied warranty that the buyer shall have and enjoy the quiet possession of the goods. This is to say that if the buyer, having got possession of the goods, is later on disturbed in his possession, he is entitled to sue the seller on the breach of warranty. So once the goods are sold by the seller to the buyer, then the buyer is supposed to have undisturbed, peaceful possession of the goods that he has bought. If once the sale is over, if the seller keeps coming and disturbing him with the possession of those goods, the buyer can sue him for the breach of warranty. Now let's take an example. If a person has sold 10 kilos of mangoes to a buyer, the buyer paid for the money and he went home and took the mangoes home. Then if the seller comes running to his house, then he's like, no, sir, can I see those 2 mangoes? I need to show it to a customer. No, I think one of those mangoes, there was a mark and I wanted it and all that. That is disturbing the peaceful possession of the goods. So in case the seller does that, the buyer can take action, legal action against him. Okay, so that's your first warranty. Warranty as to undisturbed possession. Second one is warranty as to non-existence of encumbrances. Encumbrances means pledge or any sort of lien on the goods. An implied warranty that the goods shall be free from any charge or encumbrance in favor of any third party, not declared or known to the buyer before or at any time the contract is entered into. Okay, so the second implied warranty is that whenever the goods are sold by the seller to the buyer, the buyer assumes very safely that the goods are not under any pledge or lien or anything like that, and there is no charge created on those goods in favor of any third party. Okay, please take about 2 minutes, go through this, and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions? Please take about 2 more minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions, please ask me. Kindly take a minute more, go through this, and then we proceed. Are we done? Okay, let's proceed. Now, the third implied warranty is warranty as to quality or fitness of usage for trade. Okay, an implied warranty as to quality or fitness for a particular purpose may be annexed or attached by the usage of trade. Regarding implied condition or warranty as to the quality or fitness for any particular purpose or goods supplied, the rule is let the buyer be aware, that is caveat emptor. And please remember, I'm taking a session on special class on caveat emptor today at 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. is a session exclusively on caveat emptor, the concept of caveat emptor on Unacademy learning app. So I request all of you to join that session today. Okay, the rule is let the buyer beware. That is, the seller is under no duty to reveal the unflattering truths about the goods sold, but this rule has certain exceptions. Okay, so the third implied warranty is warranty as to the quality of witness. So whenever a buyer goes to a seller to buy something, the goods should be at least fit for the purpose for which the buyer is buying the goods. And in case there is any small deficiencies or anything in the goods, the seller is not obliged to tell the buyer about it, but the buyer should know about it. And that is what the doctrine of caveat emptor comes in. Okay. Okay. Then the seller is under no duty to reveal unflattering truths about the goods sold, but this rule has certain exceptions, which again we will discuss today at 2 p.m. 1 p.m. in our special class on Unacademy Learning App. So I request all of you to be there to attend this session. All right. Then fourth one, disclosure of dangerous nature of goods. So basically, see, there is another implied warranty that in case there are certain goods that are in their nature dangerous, that they might explode or they might injure someone or damage someone or damage something, then it is a duty of the seller to inform the buyer that these goods are dangerous. So and so and so. If you do not handle them with care, it could cause grievous injury or damage to someone. Okay. So the disclosure of dangerous nature of goods, where the goods are dangerous in nature and the buyer is ignorant of the danger, the seller must warn the buyer of the probable danger if there is breach of a warranty. The seller may be liable for damages. Okay. Please go through this. Take about 2 or 3 minutes. Go through this. Any questions? Please ask me. Please take 2 minutes. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Please take a minute more. Any questions? Please ask me. Okay, let's proceed to the next question. Now, let's go to question number 12. Nemo that quod not habet. Nemo that quod non habet. Okay, that means none can give or transfer goods that he does not himself own. Okay, explain the rule and state the cases in which the rule does not apply under the provisions of Sale of Goods Act 1930. Okay, so explain the rule and state the cases in which the rule does not apply under the provisions of Sale of Goods Act 1930. Okay, answer. The exceptions to the rule nemo that quod non habet, the terms none can give or transfer goods that he himself does not own, which simply means if the person does not own certain goods himself, there is no way he can transfer those goods. Exceptions to the rule and cases in which the rule does not apply under the provisions of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 are as follows. Okay, so now are the exceptions. Effect of estoppel, section 27, where the owner is stopped by the conduct from denying the seller's authority to sell, the transferee will get a good title as against the true owner. But before a good title by estoppel can be made, it must be shown that the true owner had actively suffered or held out the other person in question as the true owner or as the person authorized to sell the products. Okay, so whenever there is a sale by estoppel, then in that case, there is a situation in which a person who does not own the goods but he is still transferring the goods whenever there is a sale by estoppel. Okay, sale, then second one is sale by mercantile agent. A sale made by a mercantile agent of goods or documents of title to goods would pass a good title to the buyer in the following circumstances. Okay, so whenever the goods are sold through a mercantile agent, an agent is a person who does behalf of someone else, but he does not own the goods. So what are the situations in which the sale done by a mercantile agent will be an exception to the rule nemo that quod non habet? First one, if he was in possession of the goods and documents with the consent of the owner, that means the principal with his own consent send the goods or documents to the agent. If the sale was made by the agent, acting in the ordinary course of business as a mercantile agent. So when the mercantile agent may have made the sale, he was acting in the ordinary course of his business. He was not acting beyond his authority. C. If the buyer had acted in good faith and as at the time of the contract of sale no notice of the fact that the seller had no authority to sell. So if the agent is making the sale to the buyer and the buyer has no reasons to believe that the agent is not authorized to make the sale, then in that case the sale will be a valid sale and the mercantile agent will have transferred the goods even though he does not own them. Okay, please take about 2 or 3 minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Please take about 2 minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Take about 2 more minutes. Let me know once you're done. Then we will continue. Please take about a minute more. Okay, take another minute and then we proceed. Any questions, please ask me. Are we done? Okay, so this was about agent. Third one, sale by one of the joint owners. Okay, so if one of the several joint owners of goods has a sole possession of them with the permission of the others, the property in the goods may be transferred to any person who buys them from such a joint owner in good faith and does not at the time of contract have noticed that the seller has no authority to sell. So let's say a piece of furniture is owned by 3 people, and with the permission of 2 of those people, the third one has the possession of that furniture. Then if the third one sells the property to another person and the other person has no idea or any reason to believe that the person selling the property has no authority to sell it, then in that case the sale is valid. Okay, so sale by a joint owner. That's the third exception to the rule. Fourth one, sale by a person in possession under a voidable contract. A buyer would acquire a good title to the goods sold to him by seller who has obtained possession of the goods under a contract, voidable on the ground of coercion, fraud, misrepresentation, or undue influence, provided that the contract had not been rescinded until the time of the sale. So, what is a voidable contract? A voidable contract is a contract in which is voidable or can be declared as void at the option of one of the parties. So, the party which decides to treat it as a void contract, if it has possession of any goods, it can dispose those goods to a buyer and pass on a good title to that buyer. All right. Then sale by one who has already sold the goods but continues in possession thereof. If a person has sold goods but continues to be in possession of them or of the documents of title to them, he may sell them to a third party. And if such person obtains the delivery thereof in good faith without notice of the previous sale, he would have a good title to them, although the property in the goods had passed on to the first buyer earlier. A pledge or other deposition of goods or documents of title by the seller in possession are equally valid. Okay, so here are 3 more points. Please take about 2 or 3 minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Please ask me. Please take another minute or so. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Okay, let's proceed to the next question. Question number 13. What are the rights of buyer against the seller if the seller commits a breach of contract under the Sale of Goods Act 1930? Okay, so the next question is, in case there is a contract between the buyer and seller and the seller commits a breach of contract, then what are the rights of the buyer against the seller? Okay, let's look at the answer. If the seller commits a breach of contract, the buyer gets the following rights against the seller. First one, damages for non-delivery. So where the seller wrongfully neglects or refuses to deliver the goods to the buyer may sue the seller for damages for non-delivery. So in case the buyer undergoes any damages or anything due to the non-delivery by the seller, then he can sue the seller for damages for non-delivery. Then second case, suit for specific performance. Okay, now specific performance means now A and B. A is the buyer, B is the seller, enter into a contract to buy 100 mangoes. Now on the due date, B says, no, I'm not giving you the mangoes, I'm not sending the mangoes. So what A can do is A can sue him for specific performance. He can ask the court to direct B to give him the 100 mangoes because A wants those. He has made a commitment further and he wants those 100 mangoes. So that is a suit for specific performance. Where the seller commits a breach of contract of sale, the buyer can appeal to the court for specific performance. The court can order for specific performance only when the goods are ascertained or specific. That means they are appropriated to the contract. Only then can the court order a specific performance. Third, suit for breach of warranty, where there is a breach of warranty on part of the seller or where the buyer elects to treat breach of condition as breach of warranty. The buyer is not entitled to reject the goods only on the basis of such warranty, but he may set up against the seller the breach of warranty in diminution or extension of the price, sue the seller for damages of warranty. Okay, so like we saw yesterday, there is one is condition and one is warranty. So when there is a breach of condition, the buyer can cancel the contract and sue the seller. But when there is a breach of warranty, he cannot cancel the contract, but he can sue the seller for damages or for other things. Okay, so that is another option. And then repudiation of the contract before due date, where either party to a contract of sale repudiates the contract before the date of delivery. The other may either treat the contract as subsisting and wait till the date of delivery, or he may treat the contract as rescinded and sue for damages for breach. Okay, so these are a few options available to the buyer against the seller in case there is a breach of contract. Under the Sale of Goods Act 1930, please take 2 or 3 minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions, please ask me. Take 2 more minutes, please. Go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Okay, are we done? Please take a minute more. Are we done? Okay, let's proceed to the next one. Okay, question number 14. Okay, Mr. S agrees to purchase 100 bales of cotton from V out of his large stock and sent his men to take delivery of the goods. Alright, they could pack only 60 bales. Later on, there was an accidental fire and the entire stock was destroyed, including 60 bales that were already packed. Referring to the provisions of Sale of Goods Act 1930, explain as to who will bear the loss and to what extent. Okay, let's read the question again. Mr. S agreed to purchase 100 bales of cotton from V out of his large stock and sent his men to take delivery of the goods. They could pack only 60 bales. Later on, there was an accidental fire and the entire stock was destroyed, including 60 bales that was already packed. Referring to the provisions of the Sale of Goods Act 1930, explain as to who. Okay, what extent? Answer. Section 26 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 provides that unless otherwise agreed, the goods remain at the seller's risk until the property therein is transferred to the buyer. But when the property therein is transferred to the buyer, the goods are at the buyer's risk whether delivery has been taken or not. Further, Section 18 read with Section 23 of the Act provide that in a contract of sale of unascertained goods, no property in the goods is transferred to the buyer unless and until the goods are ascertained, and where there is a contract for sale of unascertained or future goods by description, the goods of that description and in deliverable state are unconditionally appropriated to the contract either by the seller with the assent of the buyer or with the buyer, or by the buyer with the assent of the seller. The property in the goods thereupon passes on to the buyer. Such assent may be express or implied. Applying the aforesaid laws to the facts of the case in hand, it is clear that Mr. S has the right to select the goods out of the bulk and he has sent his men for the purpose. Okay, so please remember, whenever the property in the goods, property means the risk, reward and ownership of the goods, passes from the seller to the buyer, then whether the buyer takes the delivery or not, it becomes the buyer's risk if something happens to the goods. So in the current case, Mr. S sent his men to select the goods and also to out of the bulk, and has sent his men for the same purpose. So when they selected the 60 bales, if it's destroyed by fire, then it is the responsibility of the buyer. But the remaining 40 bales which they could not select, that is the responsibility of the seller. All right. Hence, okay, so please take about 2 minutes first, go through the slide. Any questions, please ask. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions? Any questions? Please ask. Okay, then let's go to the next slide. Hence, the problem can be answered based on the following two assumptions, and the answer will vary accordingly. One, whether bales have been selected with the consent of the buyer's representatives. In this case, 60 bales have been transferred to the buyer and the goods have been appropriated to the contract. Thus, loss arising due to fire in case of 60 bales would be borne by Mr. S. As regards 40 bales, the loss will be borne by Mr. V, since the goods have not been identified and appropriated. Alright? Where the bales have not been selected with the consent of the buyer's representatives, in this case, the goods have not been transferred at all, and hence the loss of 100 bales will be borne by V completely. Okay, please take 2 minutes, go through this, then we go on to the next question. Any questions? Please ask me. Okay, take 2 minutes. Any questions? Please ask me. Take a minute more. Any questions? Please ask me. Okay, shall we proceed? Okay, question number 15. Mr. Amit was shopping in a self-service supermarket. He picked up a bottle of drink from the shelf. While he was examining the bottle, it exploded in his hand and injured him. He files a suit for damages against the owner of the market on the ground of breach of condition. Decide under the Sale of Goods Act 1930 whether Mr. Amit would succeed in his claim. Okay, that's your question. Question number 15. Answer. Essentials of sale. The problem is, as given in the question, is based on section 16.2 of the Sale of Goods Act, which states that where goods are bought by description from the seller who deals in goods of that description, whether he is a manufacturer or producer or not, there is an implied condition that the goods shall be of mercantile quantity. Though the term mercantile quantity is not defined in the Act, it means that in the present case, in other words, if the goods are purchased from self-use, for self-use, they should be reasonably fit for the purpose for which they are being used. In the instant case, on the examination of the bottle of cold drink, it exploded and injured the buyer. Applying the provision of section 16.2, Mr. Amit would succeed in claim for damages from the owner of the shop. Okay, so basically, it was an implied condition as to safety and for the purpose for which it is being bought. So, if in case the good was dangerous, the seller had to display or put something that this goods is dangerous, please handle with care or something like that. And because he did not do so, the seller will be liable to the buyer for any damages. Okay, please take about 2 minutes, go through this. Any questions, please ask me. Any questions? Please ask. Any questions? Please ask me. Any questions? Please ask me. Go through it carefully. Any questions? All right, so if you have no questions, we will be ending today's session with this. Okay, and we will continue tomorrow. Whereas, please note, I have my special class at 1 p.m. today where we are going to discuss the doctrine of caveat emptor. So I request all of you to be there and attend that session. It will be quite useful for you for your CA Foundation Business Law paper. All right, thank you so much. Have a great Sunday, and I will see you in about half an hour's time. Thank you so much.